Retail. The retail. The place where you... Honestly, I don't think anyone wants to be in retail. Who wants to be in retail? I don't. I left retail a while ago. Oh god, retail is horrid. I somewhat remember my time in retail. I worked in, like, my local metro at the time, and, I was just there, just trying to make money. I think I was there for 2 years. 2 years, yeah. And I got some stories. I want to share. I'd like to share before I fully forget them. Anyways, so there was a time I was just working. I think I was working carts at the time, just bringing the little carts back into the store and whatnot. And like I have a few interesting tales. Firstly, a lot of people try to um rob the store. I don't know what that's about. They just keep robbing the store. Yeah, that's funny. We had a few people rob it. There are some people that got caught robbing the stores and like stopped essentially. Like they were they couldn't rob the store anymore because they just got stopped at checkout. But they would steal like a whole cart of like stuff, and I'd have to put that back. It was annoying. Like a whole cart of stuff, and you tried to steal it, didn't want to pay for it, and just left it by the cashier side. That was annoying. That was not fun, honestly. I just remember having to put back an entire cart of butter. Like, yo, why do you need so much butter? Who needs that much butter? It's a crime to put that much butter. Like, dear Lord. Butter, out of all things. Just butter. There was also a time a customer just like, it had an entire cart full of like those things you put in water and like they just make it taste better. I think it had vitamins or something in it. One of those flavor things. Just an entire cart of those again. They tried to steal. That's like theft. Now I obviously don't care enough. I'm literally just a teenager and also minimum wage worker. I don't care enough. Why would I care? But like the managers obviously care that people steal. Our store policy was don't go after the people who steal. Don't worry about that. Just let the managers deal with that. But keep an eye out and let managers know if you see suspicious people walking around. And all that. But hey, it is what it is. I wouldn't have stopped them anyways, to be honest. Like, again, minimum wage. But anyways, it was like a big thing at the store. Like a lot of theft. Like, I think I already said the entire cart of butter. Entire cart of butter. Entire cart of like other stuff. It was like very weird. Think someone ended up returning like an open package of like some sort of bread item, which makes 0 sense. I still had to go to the bakery section and like give it back to them, but it's like, why would anyone want that back? My boss just told me to go give it to them. When I got there, it was like, hey, I was just told to give this back to you. They take one look at it and it was like, that goes in the trash, just throw it in the trash. Yeah. Yep. What the? Yeah, that was fun. Not really, but it was it was weird. People returned the weirdest stuff. We once got a bag that didn't belong to us in our return area. Like, how do you return a bag that is for Walmart into a metro? That doesn't make sense. Oh, this goes nowhere. Does it go nowhere? Yeah, it goes nowhere. Sad. But anyways, it's like very weird. think there's like one time I was doing my job, and like all of a sudden, um, the managers were like swarming the front entrance and whatnot, and like they were just swarming the front entrance. So I go there, I go check it out because I have to go through the area they were swarming anyways. Ow. And that's when I kind of see the issue. There's like there's like just blood just like strewn across the ground. Yeah, it was concerning, honestly. Just a bunch of blood. You're bunning. There's blood just on the ground. It's like so weird, and like it was strewn across the ground, like the customer was being dragged across the ground, just like in the store. It's like, that's not normal. And management didn't think it was normal either. I don't know, it was weird. But like the weirdest part of all of that is like when I was going outside after this, and like I essentially was just grabbing carts, and I just hear someone yelling. Like they were yelling, top of their lungs, just yelling, "That got shot in the head." And I'm just thinking like, this is weird. This is a weird coincidence. Either that guy talking about someone else, or someone got shot in the parking lot and like dragged their corpse across the ground. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt it was that one, but they were raving, they were screaming. It was like for everyone to hear. It's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you yelling that? God, how are the police not here? So weird. But anyways, aside from that, there was like a time when when I was just like clocking in, like all of a sudden we hear the fire alarms going off. And it's like, we don't have tests for like fire alarms or whatnot. The fire department comes over, it's like checks what's going on. We have no idea what's going on, but we're pretty sure somewhere in like either the bakery section or like the hot foods area, like some sort of fire went on. Otherwise it'd be, I don't know, weird. But the weirdest part was nobody was leaving the store. Like people were just at checkout, just wanting to check out. But like there's fire alarm going on, and it could be a fire, and they're just standing there. Just sitting there is like so weird. I end up being late for that shift, but no fault of my own because I couldn't even get in the store. It's like fire. But people are weird. They will do anything just to get their groceries. They'll even burn to a crisp if it means they get their groceries and then leave. They don't want to be bothered. And like afterwards, when like they were letting people back in, they only let the employees in first just so we can settle things. Again, people were complaining. Again, they wanted to know why, what was going on, why that was going on, and all that. Is very, very strange. People never surprise me, never stop to amaze me on the stupidity that happens with them. Also, just like, there's like a time we were on strike as well. And like I wasn't notified at all. I came into my shift as like a normal shift day. It so happened to be like the time I was supposed to come on to strike anyway. Yeah, they scheduled our strikes, by the way. Like, they scheduled when we would strike and who would strike it when. They scheduled all that, but anyways, I wasn't informed on anything. I just knew a strike would happen at some point because people were talking in like the clock-in area. about like there probably is gonna be a strike at some point, but I didn't know there was a strike. No one decided to inform me. I don't watch the news because it's depressing. But anyways, like, is the people's just we were on strike. I wasn't informed, and so I was just in work uniform. I was just in my work uniform, just like, just like confused as all hell. I just show up in your work uniform. It's like a hot day. My work uniform's not the greatest uniform to be on strike with. It was like summer, but hey, I got paid like 300 for the strike, like 300 per day or something for the strike, and we ended up striking for like 3 days. 3 days per week, I think it was. So yeah, I made decent money that 2 months. Since again, I was getting paid a lot less, and I ended up finding out that the strike, like, they didn't even get what they wanted. Like, the whole reason they were striking, they did not get it at all. Like, why strike if you're not even gonna get the terms you want? It just ended up going back to normal, essentially, just with some other stuff that only works if you're an employee for a long time. This didn't end up working out. After that, a little while after that, I moved to the pizza area, the hot foods area. Made some pizzas. It was fun. I honestly enjoyed that a lot more than the other jobs I had to do. There's always only always one customer that I will always remember, and that's like a customer that noticed I was struggling, like the pencil was like broken, and so they literally took out their whittling knife and like whittled the pencil to be sharp. It's like hilarious. God, I do not know the guy's name or whatnot, but damn, that guy's prepared. Whittling knife. Knife. Did I travel to my base? Yeah, I did. But anyways, yeah, that was fun. Though, retail as a whole, I would only recommend it if it's your first job. Otherwise, don't go near retail. It's a nightmare. They don't care about you. They don't care at all. Yeah, it's one of those hellholes that both the bosses and the customers don't actually care. Which is a damn shame, honestly. Because, like, the boss I had was actually pretty good. Like, she was, like, pretty good, pretty understanding. But it's like, God, did it suck. So much. Let me see if I can remember some other stories real quick. Right, check the time. Yeah, 30 minutes, that's fine. Honestly, I wish I remembered more. I probably had more stories, but none that memorable. I just forgot. But I probably witnessed a murder. I don't know. I still never found out what happened to that guy, because that floor was red. That was actually blood. That was blood, and we were kind of too scared to clean it up at the time, like, because, like, we didn't know if that was evidence that needed to be there or not, whether we were contaminating evidence. At least that was my thought process. I'm pretty sure my boss looked at it and was like, we're originally gonna clean it up, but then somehow, some way, we just never cleaned it up until, like, the next day, I guess, when they sorted it or figured it out. On an unrelated note, a customer did get strewn out in a stretcher. Yeah, some weird things happened in that metro. I don't even know what reason the ambulance ended up showing up. They just showed up and like took someone in a stretcher. I think it was a customer. I don't know, I think they collapsed or something on the aisles. Yeah. Yeah, it's oh so weird.